The 8 is the number of God. If you were born on the 8th, the 17th, or the 26th, or if you have a life path 8, part of your dharma or your mission in this earth is to embody God in the flesh. This is why Jesus, who was introduced in the New Testament, which is all in Greek, vibrates to 888 in Greek. And what do they call Jesus? God in the flesh. This is why the word God in numerology vibrates to the number 17. And when you add up the numbers 1 and 7 and the number 17, which is what God vibrates to, you get the number 8. 8 is the number of God. So what does that mean, Derek? This means one must become subservient to the laws of nature before they can master them. You're probably still confused. What am I talking about? The word nature comes from the ancient Kemetic term neter, N-E-T-E-R. That's the English transliteration, which means the forces of nature. But to the ancient Egyptians, the forces of nature were just the thought forms or the expressions of God. And so as an 8, you have to study or become subservient to one of the laws of nature, which is any system that connects you to God. This is why 8s tend to be the most religious, because all 8s, they want to have some type of connection to God. But 8s connect to God through some type of system. And so as an 8, you're not here to be creative. You're here to study some institution, some system, some structure, and then master it. And then once you master it, you become it. This is why 8s practice what they preach. 8 practices something, and then they preach it. This is why 8 is the boss. Once they master something, they gain authority of it. And so as 8, you are here to serve God until you become God. And you become God through serving God. And so as 8, like I said, you're not here for creativity. You work the best when you're able to study something that already exists and then become the master of it. This can mean working your way up a business. This can mean studying numerology. That's what I'm doing. I was born on the 26th. I'm an 8. Any system that connects you to a higher power or that connects you to the divine, this is what works for you as an 8. And this is why 8s have an obsession with power. Because the definition of power is the ability to control, influence, or direct energy, people, or events. And you can only do that by accessing one of the laws of nature. And so that's what you truly want as an 8, power. You have to study something that gives people power. And then you become, once you study it into mastery, you become an authority over that thing because you literally become it. This is why 8s have to become subservient to the laws of nature so that they can become it. The famous millionaire teacher, Napoleon Hill, who wrote the book Think to Grow Rich, he was born March 26th. 2 plus 6 makes an 8. Look at that. An 8 writing a book about money. And it's based upon all his research that he's done on people that had money. And so Napoleon Hill studied the system of money. He studied the economy. He studied rich people. And then he made a book off of the observations that he made on those rich people and became an authority of it. Him studying and studying and studying and studying and studying and studying the school of money, which is one source of power within this world, it allowed him to gain so much information to the point where he literally became what he was studying. And he began to preach what he studied. And so as an 8, find any system of power. Work your way up and study it until you become it. And you will fulfill your dharma. To book a reading or to access my numerology book, go to my website, isaiah47.net. You can also find that in the link in my profile bio. Have a great rest of your day. And don't let the message go over your head.